The Nimble with Numbers team presents ChalkBlocked with Bo Big Time McBrayer.
I gotta know what a $5 shake tastes like.
That's not.
I want winner. So you don't know diddly.
And his partner, Scott Stack Simpson.
Do you get my first beer?
I got to catch a glimpse of these warlocks. Let's make a move.
Hey, you guys. Welcome back to ChalkBlocked, the world's sexiest DFS show for now. I'm Bo McBrayer, big time. Joined as always with Scotty Stacks, all the way from the Beltway, DC. What is it, Montgomery County, Maryland? It's a war zone. It's a war zone.
Black Hawk and the copters down on the apartment building.
War ravaged Montgomery County, Maryland.
No, but yeah, well, I'm glad to be here. In the UK, so there's one less game this week on the main slate. We're down to 10, so it's skimpy. Some would say, short stack. But we're here to break it down. And what we do is we block the chalk here on ChalkBlocked. Shout out Joe Bond and the Fantasy Six Pack, Eddie, the big dog over there. All of them. We're excited to be here. Keith, Jamie said we use Run the Sims, and I can share my screen. Run the Sims is the tool that powers our show. If I knew how to,
so powerful.
It's very powerful. I knew how to share my screen, I'd be much more effective as a producer. But it's okay. I'm still learning, as the kids say. Only my 6th year. Yeah, it's
yeah.
I'm brand new. Never done it before. My first show.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the viewers have already given up hope on both of us. So, I mean, if you are here with us, thank you. Thank you. And we all hope that winning comes with it, like it has for 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, we might be the dumbest couple of guys when it comes to screen sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're winners. That's what we do. We like to win. We win cash games. We win the tournament play, GPP. We got all the DFS DraftKings. We're just doing great things out there for you all and for ourselves. I mean, we can't be a product if we're not winning ourselves.
I did say I did beat you. Speaking of winning last week in the clash,
No
3-1,
no top injury needed. It was just
no.
You had a really good performance. I had a lot of touchdowns on my team, a lot of flames, and Scotty Stacks had more flames than I did. So it was a high scoring affair, and you came away with the dub.
Yes, it was a good contest. And this week, tease, we overmatched a little bit more than we normally do. So we normally will match maybe 1 or 2, 4 plays. It's a short stack week. Here is the stack. It looks normally there's like 3 more games, or at least 2 more games down here, but now there's just 10. It'll kind of clear up the slate a little bit because the rostership will be intense. We're looking at Devin H, and it's
very concentrated,
or whether we want to eat it. And so we're going to go down the slate like we always do. The slate walk here. We start with the 1 p.m. games, moving to the late window. And some people say they like to drop the hammer in the late window. I think that's fine. So let's talk this first game. 42-point total in New Orleans, -2 only. That's interesting. We have Jackson Dart won his first game against a good team that people think is a Super Bowl contender, maybe possibly winning the AFC West in the LA Chargers.
Previously undefeated.
Undefeated. 3-0, came to MetLife. Yeah, it's an East Coast move coming across, and those games kind of tricky at times. But the Giants still played well, and Jackson Dart showed up and showed out. So in this
squashed
game,
a bunch of suicide pulls.
Yeah.
Eliminators eliminated.
Yeah. But Chris Olave, the most rostered, 5,200, and then the Saints D. So even though Vegas thinks it's close, the gamblers here in DK Street, I'm not sure if I'm onto this. You like Cam Scatterbo? Talk about this game.
So Cam Scatterbo, shout out NorCal, is a monster. He's a little overpriced, which I think is contributing to the low ownership, which I like. He's got all the goal line and short yardage work sewed up. There's really nobody else of any caliber that's healthy on this team in the backfield, so it's his backfield for the time being. And from what we saw from Jackson Dart in his first career start, he looked really sharp. Like I said, he would be not flapped by the pressure of the moment of making your debut against an undefeated team with a very good defense. The Chargers gave him a lot of good looks, and Jackson Dart rose to the occasion and didn't make any mistakes. He scrambled a lot. He ran around. He made good throws. He didn't make too many mistakes, which is what I thought he would do. Is very gifted athlete, very gifted football player, but he's a type of the guy who's a superhero type. He likes to put the whole team on his back and carry them. And I give the kid props. First NFL start against a top flight defense like that. I think New York a full horrendous. Just a horrible. They can't even say they're rebuilding. They don't know what they're doing. They're in salary cap hell. They have no young talent really to speak of. Spencer Rattler's still their quarterback. I think the New York Giants win by double digits in this game on the road. The Saints are just floundering around, drowning in their own filth that they've built. Mickey Loomis, the worst GM in the NFL now that Dave Gettleman has moved on, and now that there's other GMs that have kind of come up and been worse. Mickey Loomis is right now the worst GM in football, and it's not particularly close.
Well, I will say this. I heard someone say this earlier. They're second in pace of play, getting the plays in. Just the plays that they're getting in aren't great. That's the thing.
And they don't have very good players to put those plays in motion. So again, like we said last week, running tempo means that you lose faster when you're a bad team.
I feel like Chris Olave is a value play where people just shoved in that $5,200 price tag.
Yeah.
And they just didn't have enough for Waddle at $5,400, whatever it was. Because I don't really, even though he's been getting a lot of targets, I don't love Chris Olave even in this matchup. If I'm going to go boom or bust, I'm going to go Rashid Shaheed on those big deep down.
Cooks is the guy who got the long touchdown last week.
If you go Darius Slayton,
drop it.
Looking for big play upside as well, which, I mean, this is not the game for it necessarily, but whatever. I won a championship a couple years ago picking up Darius Slayton on the waiver wire. Shout out Denny Carter. He knows all about it.
What's going on with Alvin Kamara? Because Alvin Kamara last week was okay. The better running back for fantasy was Kendre Miller.
Weird. I know.
And it wasn't a Dennis Allen who refused to put Kendre Miller even in uniform. He just refused. He was like, "Oh, we're putting you back on IR, ending your season." Kendre's like, "I'm not even hurt. I'm literally
you're legging your back.
I am completely fine, bro." Dennis Allen, great defensive coordinator. Dennis Allen, awful, horrendous head coach. The Saints, the Saints are getting what comes to them. What they deserve. I will not be stacking this game. No, absolutely not. No Malik Neighbors equals no stacks. Rest in power, Chief. We'll see you next.
Yeah, I'm gonna adjust all of these. I wish I could just do one upgrade was be to just make so you could like min or max the whole game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go individually do it, but if they come up a bunch of the Sims, I'll kind of move on.
Yeah. I don't think
they're
gonna.
They're not optimized, that's for sure. Talking about the next game, even lower total, not optimized. No Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. I don't know what's going on with the King. He's got the fumbles. He's not looking like himself. The best play might be Nico, but he's also rostered. What do you think about this game, and how are you approaching it?
I think we both have the same idea where the Ravens trotting out Cooper Rush at quarterback. Yuck. Cooper Rush as a former Cowboys fan, one of the most okay backup quarterbacks in the league. I don't think he's a good fit for the system. I think they do have Snoop Huntley on their practice squad that's going to be the emergency quarterback this week, but this Ravens offense without Lamar Jackson is not even close to not even a chip off the shell of the same offense. So where it has to be Derrick Henry, the Texans defense is so good, and we're both on the Texans defense this week. I think everybody in the world is going to probably gravitate that way with that $2,400 price tag and the matchup. The Texans have already been a good defense, and now they get to lick their chops and go against Cooper Rush. Ugh, yeah, I think the Ravens are hurting, and the Texans are probably going to keep it low scoring. CJ Stroud against this terrible. Apparently, nobody saw this coming. The Ravens' defense is horrendous. Like, they're so bad. They got lit up last week by the Chiefs. Not really surprising, but they've been lit up every week this year.
Yeah,
they've given up 30+ every game.
They're also missing Roquan Smith this week as well.
That hurts. That hurts.
So that's
that hurts
not good. That's bad. That's a roaming linebacker who can from sideline to sideline.
He never misses tackles.
No, he misses more games than tackles, and that's not good. So,
No.
I think Nico, he could get a touchdown. He is the most volume.
Texans offense against this defense should excite you. It does have upside. I will be stacking Nico with CJ Stroud. I will be throwing in some Woody Marks as well because
I like Woody Marks.
Woody Marks looked really good last week. Nick Chubb looks good too. Nick Chubb, not the same Nick Chubb that we've grown to love in fantasy, but Nick Chubb at 80% health is still better than most running backs out there.
I'm going to put 5% Woody Marks, Nico, and Stroud. I like the little game. Chubb every once in a while. Okay. And if you don't know, the cool part about this is you can go through each game, build your stacks. They'll kind of like populate over here in the right side of the screen, and then at the end you'll run the sims. It'll use those stacks to help build the lineups if you want. So really cool, intuitive tool. I love it. Over here, run the sims. Justin Freeman, that Mayo, the boys, they're great. All right. Yay, a game with a total over 45. This is what we're looking for here. A game with defenses who've given up lots of points this year. Dallas, one of the worst, and the Jets, they've given up a lot of points. At times they've been okay, but not really at all. So how do you see this game? These are your ex-Dallas Cowboys. I know that you used to love them, but they've been breaking your heart. There's a lot of red here, but also it's not as dark as it could be because there's a lot of optimization here. It's like every single player is optimized. What do you think about this game?
I love this game. This game's going to shoot, mainly because the Cowboys' defense is terrible, and the Cowboys' offense is good enough to give a mediocre Jets defense a lot of fits. Even without CeeDee Lamb, this Dallas offense has a lot of upside. We saw that last week where they hung with Green Bay really well. And Green Bay doesn't have a bad defense at all, but 40-40 tie, that's a high-scoring game. Pretty impressive that they were able to keep up with the Packers like they did. They have the Jets. I love Justin Fields. I'm going to start him against you because of the upside. Justin Fields with the Garrett Wilson stack, which I know sniped your Garrett Wilson plug there. Garrett Wilson, 38% target share. That's very, very high. I think third in the NFL right now. He's the only guy on this team besides Breece Hall who can get open on a passing route. And Breece Hall is getting a lot of chalk because the Cowboys are really bad against the pass. They're really even worse against the run on an average per yards per carry basis. They're getting gashed. They're getting just lit up. They have no run stoppers. Even when they traded for the Packers guy in the Parsons trade, they didn't get any better stopping the run. The linebackers have been mediocre. The run support from the secondary hasn't been there. They're undersized. The best play on this board is Jake Ferguson at tight end.
Love this play. I played him against you. Love this.
Yeah, and if you're not playing Jake Ferguson this week, you probably should at least think about it because $4,800 is way too cheap for a guy who is very clearly the number one target earner in this offense without CeeDee Lamb. Yeah. And because, yes, George Pickens, very exciting player, had a big game against the Packers. He's your big play guy. He's your ceiling play. If you're playing a cash game or a small field tournament or a limited entry tournament, Jake Ferguson is going to be the tight end one this week. And it's going to be pretty much every week until CeeDee Lamb gets back. This Jake Ferguson guy is very savvy at finding spots in the zone, and he's a nasty after the catch runner. He's Ferg nasty, and
he's a hoss.
And even though I don't root for the Cowboys anymore, I root for Ferg nasty and others on this team because they have a lot of players. I like Dak. I like obviously all these guys. Javonte Williams, I'm not going to pay for at 6,200. That's way too high for him. The Jets' run defense isn't terrible. It's just, and plus this is still a committee. Like even when Javonte gets a nice head start, they bring in Miles Sanders. They wanted to activate Jaden Blue, but he was wearing new Louis Vuitton Nikes and got blisters on his feet. It is what it is. Jaden Blue, when he does get when Jaden Blue gets into this rotation, he's by far the best running back on his team. Javonte Williams is a solid running back. He's not the same as he was at North Carolina before the ACL.
Oh no. Are there any other stacks that you want to build? I got Garrett Wilson, Fields, Ferguson. I made a Dak. Do we want to go get some Pickens in there too? I don't think we had enough.
Yes. I like that first one. And then if you go to Pickens,
you want any Breece Hall 5,600? It seems pretty reasonable.
And and I'm surprised he's not even chalkier than he is, because 5,600 Breece Hall is insane.
I know Braylon Allen too on IR. So
and the reason why he hasn't been piling up the stats for us, even though he was pretty solid last week, he hasn't scored a touchdown yet this year.
Yeah,
Breece Hall, no touchdowns, but he's getting the volume, he's getting the yards. He just hasn't caught a touchdown yet. This is a very high upside player, very, very, very talented player. 22%, I'm eating all that chalk. 5,600 is way cheap for a guy against this absolutely heinous embarrassment of a Cowboys defense.
The question is, who's going to get the touchdown?
Everybody.
So is Justin Fields is he going to rush for? Justin Fields going to rush for one? Is Breece Hall going to rush for one?
Yes, and yes. I think the Jets beat the Cowboys 38-24. I don't think that the Cowboys back up their offensive performance from last week, and I do think the Jets have a lot of firepower. They put up a lot of points before Justin Fields had got his concussion that knocked him out. They looked really solid in week one, and this Jets offense has so much talent at the skill positions that they are going to give the Cowboys so many fits athletically. Like the Cowboys don't have athletes on the other side of the field now the entire game.
Well, Garrett Wilson will enjoy his day. I'm playing him against you, so he better have a day.
I'm playing him against you too, so
you said
that's one of our 4 matches.
Yes, it is. So next game, Vegas versus the Indianapolis Colts. -7. This should be -17 in my mind. I think, speaking of who runs who, I think Indianapolis runs Vegas here. Vegas does not look good. I don't know if they're going to travel.
No Brock Bowers.
No Brock Bowers, right? Like, and then they're bringing in Alberto. That's their tight end. So somebody from the practice squad. Not saying he's terrible, but you don't even have Michael Mayer. He's out. He's out with a concussion. So you're down to is he going to block effectively? Does he know the scheme? Does he know what's going to happen here?
A lot of Jacoby Myers. A lot of Jacoby Myers.
And only 15% roster.
That's a really nice play. The Raiders are still going to score. What happened? Why is Trey Tucker all of a sudden, like post-hype, Trey Tucker 2 weeks ago scores 3 touchdowns, was chalk central last week, let everybody down. Now he's back down to 4,700 with 2% ownership. Who else is Geno Smith going to throw to? Jacoby Myers, and it's going to be Trey Tucker. It's going to be a lot of Ashton Genty again, because as we saw last week, Ashton Genty, if you just give him a tiny bit of room, is an absolute monster. He is unstoppable. Yeah. Like we all said he would be. And when he has negative yards before contact entering last week's game, it should tell you that the Raiders needed to figure something out in the run blocking scheme. They obviously did last week, and the Colts aren't necessarily a good run stopping defense, and they're definitely not very good at the corners to try to cover speed guys. I would be interested in playing him in a deep GPP, but Jacoby Myers 15%. That's chalk that I can eat. I'm just not looking at a lot of upside there at 5,600. I almost would rather kind of toss in Dante Thornton and Trey Tucker at much lower prices, because I'm not going to be wanting to get over my skis on this game, because I do think it goes under. I think Indianapolis plays more ball control, and the Raiders are still going to be able to run the ball and keep the clock moving. So I'll take the under in this one, but the Colts are going to cover. I think they cover 7. They'll win 30 to no, not 30, the 24-17, something like that. But Genty for the Raiders, Tucker and Thornton, and then for the Colts, I mean, you can stack them up however you want. Danny Dimes is a stackable quarterback, and Michael Pittman's having himself a year. Josh Downs, sorely underpriced. Tyler Warren, underpriced at tight end. There's your tight end 2 on the slate. This is B.
Yeah.
He's only 4,700. Ferguson's 4,800. So let's say you run out of money and you only have 4,700, you got tight end 2 behind tight end 1 this week, and Tyler Warren. So yeah. Jonathan Taylor might be too chalky.
Yeah, let's go check him out real quick. He looked like he was in at least
28%. Yeah,
28.
That's pretty high. I mean,
he's just very expensive too.
We love Jonathan Taylor on the show.
He's a beast. This thing is,
if you play him in a cash game in a tournament, I'd rather find value elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. All right, next game, Miami versus Carolina. Devon is 35% roster. I mean, that's an abomination. That's negative. I mean, he's 26% optimal, and a lot of people came. This might be 40 by kickoff. Earlier. Yeah, this is interesting. There is no Tyreek. May his soul rest in peace, and may the Lord bless his alimony checks. But he's in trouble.
I think he's doing okay, except for the whole dislocated knee thing.
Yeah, man, he's in big trouble. This game to me is a stinker. I don't like it. I don't like the whole game. I think it goes under. The quarterbacks are both terrible. They're not very good. Two is overpriced at 55.
Undersized Alabama quarterbacks.
Yeah, this is the trash Alabama game. I don't like it. But what about Rico Dowdle, though? At 4,300, I'm playing him against you just because I'm salary saver for a running back. He's not the greatest, but he was on your Cowboys last year. He was serviceable. I think he went for over a G. What do you think about the Dowdle this week?
He's a good player. Miami's defense is not good. Their offense is really bad without Tyreek on the field. Achane, that one's tricky because he's 7,300. He's only 400 less than Jahmyr Gibbs, who I really like this week. We'll cover him at the end of the slate here. But Chan, 35%. Another cash game, great play with upside. 7,300 is a really solid salary. He's got unlimited PPR upside against a very bad Carolina defense. 35% is steep, but at least at running back, I'm not afraid to do it. I just don't know that I want to do it at running back this week. I want to load up on healthy wide receivers that are going to have volume funnels their way.
Yeah. I think there's some other games too that have opportunity. I like George Pickens. There's people I want to get in that mid-range. They're going to cost me in that 6 to 7K range at wide receiver. I'm on Ross St. Brown this week for Scherzers. I mean, there's just things that I need in the middle wide receiver game that I'm not going to compromise. Garrett Wilson, a good play as well. Run back if you're doing that in the game. We talked about that already. But what do you think about Tet? He's been good, but I don't know. This game, I think, goes under the 44. Are you a Tet believer?
Oh, I'm a believer.
In this matchup, overall, yes, of course.
In this matchup, sure, it's a good price. He's an extremely talented player. Like that, guys. Just because we haven't seen a lot of Tedero McMillan so far this year, it should not scare you in the slightest. If you hold him in Dynasty or even a redraft league, this guy's going to pop something so huge in the second half of the season. I think that Bryce Young figures out that he can pepper McMillan with targets. He can do all of these things. He did that in week 2, and it was very nice for our stat column. So I'm not going to write up Bryce Young or Tedero McMillan this week. I'm just not going to feature them as heavy exposure but I will have that stack. I will have a Bryce Young, Tedero McMillan stack this week, maybe 5%.
Okay, I'll run it back with Achin.
Yes,
because
there you go.
Achin,
How do you break up heavily chalk players that are definitely going to go off? You do game stacks or you do run backs. You include him in something else that not everybody's going to think of.
yeah, I don't like Devon Achin in a just a one-off in your lineup. I do think the concentration is there at 35%. A bunch of people are just plugging and playing. They're just going, oh, that's who I'm starting with. Boom, he's in. And so I'm not against that. But let's say that he 23 points, right? So he gets 23 points. I love that. That's great. But for $400 more, you might get 31 points from Jahmyr Gibbs. So, it just think about where you're going to allocate your resources there. So, all right. Next game, back under 44, 43.
This is going to be a banger.
Yeah,
this game is exciting.
Shoot, right? This game seems like
game could be anything. This could be a defensive struggle. This could be a dueling banjos running back battle. This could be an aired out shootout. This game could be
angry. They're both angry, and they both are upset in the red zone. They haven't been featured.
Well, Jalen Hurts has been absolute cheeks this year. Yes. Like he's been okay. I mean, but they aren't even trying to throw the ball this year. That's a problem. That's a problem because last year they were very, very good at getting Saquon going and then just annihilating defenses and play action because you had to respect it. You had to respect the over-the-top game with A.J. Brown. You had to respect the seam. And lately it's just been if Dallas Goedert isn't standing all by himself because he's so unathletic that nobody even thinks to cover him, then that's the only place Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball. And it's not good enough for the Eagles to get back into another title run. They need to be better, and Jalen Hurts needs to be better. I think that this game is going to be a really tough one to get back on track in the passing game because the Broncos defense means business. They know exactly where those weak spots are on the Philly offense, and that's basically load the box into put 9-10 guys in the box on every play and challenge them with man coverage, which I know that the Denver Broncos corners can absolutely match up with Smith and Brown, and just force Jalen Hurts to take some risks because he doesn't do it. And I think Denver goes into Philly and beats. I think it's going to be a lot of J.K. Dobbins, a lot of Bo Nix, a lot of Cortland Sutton. Those three guys have been spectacular this year. Troy Franklin, shout out the Oregon Ducks. Go Ducks. Troy Franklin and Bo Nix, they got chemistry. And Troy Franklin is a home run hitter. Everybody wants to talk about Marvin Mims, who's a fine player, probably a better kick returner than wide receiver. Troy Franklin is a better wide receiver than Marvin Mims.
60% of the time, it works.
I'm not going to lie, Brian. That smells straight gasoline.
That's gasoline. No, I like it in 4K too for Troy Franklin. I will say, I'm leaning a little Devonta Smith over
5K flat for the Slim Reaper. Yes, please.
If you want to do a run back, and I might do a little stack attack run back in here, maybe you don't have to do the quarterback. You can do naked. You could just do a little game back, and put those two guys in for 9K. And I mean, maybe you can go AJ Brown, and maybe you can do a little Cortland Sutton, but that's 12K. See how expensive that is? That's expensive.
11K.
Yeah, but if you scroll a little bit down, the Devonta Smith, Troy Franklin, 9K. Oh, that's saving you some cash, saving you 3K.
And we better build some Hurt stacks because he's obviously as a runner going to have a lot of fantasy value. And then Bo Nix, man, watch out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a little bit more off Sutton this week because he's going to get Quinyon Mitchell. And as we saw last week, Quinyon Mitchell is absolutely stunning as a corner. That guy is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
On the side, you got Patrick Surtain, the second. How about that? In your face, have a taste.
Yeah.
So,
good
yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna go
the alpha wide receivers here. This is the wide receiver 2-3 game. I'm gonna go Franklin and Smith, like you said.
I'm not gonna play the tight ends in this game, and no one else is either. Evan Ingram, ghost of himself. He came back just for the bag, apparently. Dallas Goedert, 2 touchdowns. You like to see it, but it's not going to be every week that you get those design plays in the red zone. Other people are going to get the ball. So
it's a white tight end with the DA first name.
Yeah,
Dalton, and Dallas.
No, thank you.
Unathletic, better be wide open.
Yeah, not into it. No, thank you. There's a tight end I'm into, but we'll get to that. Yeah. All right, next game, Tennessee going to Arizona. We're in the late window now. We've dropped into the last 4. There's actually 4 games instead of 3.
Nice balance. Finally,
yeah, 6 to 4. We'll have 1 in the morning too, which is not really even a game. We've got Carson Wentz versus Dylan Gabriel. What a terrible sport! I mean, God, you're ruining. I mean, it's going to be what's that game? Maybe 9 to. Somebody's going to win on a Quigley. I don't know.
I think if anything, the Browns defense will have 2 touchdowns on their own against Wentz.
Well, they've got no center, they've got no guard, and they've got no tackle on the right side. You can just run over them. Just go. Brrr. So
Myles Garrett against Carson Wentz and no line.
It's gonna eat. Yeah,
Dylan Gabriel might not have to do anything in that game.
He might not. He might have to line up. So, all right. Let's talk a little bit about what we're looking at here. Tennessee at Arizona. I don't never like Kyler Murray, but he's got a good matchup. Are you into Kyler at all this week?
Nope. Not 9%.
No, not kind of high. But people are into him. The running back situation is up in the air. Bam Knight saying he's going to get some run too. What do you think this shakes out to? Don't touch any of them?
No, I do like Amari DiMercato. And we just got word that Tajay Spears is going to be active for this game. So R.I.P. Julius Chestnut.
Chestnut's gone roasting on an open spear.
Because he was Spears was on the 4-week IR to start the season. He's at min price as well.
He's 4K. Okay.
And that one, I don't know how much run they give him, but they're definitely going to give him enough run to give Pollard a break because he had 4 weeks of heavy usage.
Yeah.
I think this makes both him and Pollard better. They're better as a tandem because they're both not very big, burly guys. Like Pollard's bigger than Spears, which isn't saying much.
Right. Right.
Spears very elusive, very big play oriented. Pollard is kind of the same guy. They're the same guy.
There's 2.
Yeah, there's 2 of them, and they can now finally give each other breaks. But yeah, this Arizona offense is a mess. And so DiMercato is my favorite of the guys. Carter's off the practice squad. I'm not really him and Bam Knight. Like Carter's done things for us in the past in DFS, but that was a long time ago. That was when he was with the Jets. So
we'll have to see. I'm not going to start him here. I might start him in my fantasy football league at home. Though.
Yeah, if you're desperate in this game for running back, I would do DiMercato, and then I will always believe in Marvin Harrison Jr. So yes, I'm going to play him.
I like him. Calvin Ridley, he's hurt, and they didn't even tell us last time. Like he just didn't.
He practiced today or yesterday. He practiced yesterday. That's good.
No,
he's not doing
decoy,
much.
Hopefully, and but this game is one that I'm not really favoring. If I Trey McBride at 58 is interesting, but everybody
has.
So
because it's going to be him and Harrison. They get all the targets, and McBride's been more successful when targeted than Harrison, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
Chig Okonkwo.
Chig's a nice little buy down option there, 2% too.
Upside.
Yeah,
upside.
Do you want to stack this game or just pass?
No.
Yeah, 41 kind of level. All right, moving to Seattle. We know Mike Evans. We had the return of Chris Godwin last week. Now we've got no Bucky Irving. So we've got 2 of the best players on the team. Rashad White elevated. I'm playing them against you just at cost because 4,700 is a good deal. I don't expect them in GPP formats to be that great. I expect them to get me 16 points against you. You know what I mean? Like that's which is fine.
If you get 16 points from Rashad White against Seattle, I will be very upset because that's way more than I projected him to do.
I think it's the PPR.
You better.
It depends on can Seattle control the clock with their running backs. And honestly, I like Kenneth Walker, but they've not been effective. And Vita Vea could eat Zach Charbonnet for breakfast. He might put him on a little Charbonnet platter and just, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. I want to see this game, and I know Sean Tucker's in the mix too, but yeah.
Can I give you a deep shot? Real deep cut here.
Give me the super deep cut.
Deep cut is Kenneth Walker in a tournament at 6,300. It could be a slate breaker because despite the Buccaneers' tradition of having Vita Vea there clog up the middle, Kenneth Walker is in that 50-50 split with Charbonnet. Charbonnet is getting a lot of short yardage work, which has yielded him touchdowns. Thankfully, he's averaging 2 yards a carry this year.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker is very prone to getting tackled in the backfield, but he's also a big play waiting to happen. And so where I don't really trust Kenneth Walker to give me anything, he can always pop off for a huge game. And since nobody's on him, we don't know how many carries he's actually going to get, but there's just something about this matchup where the Bucs have struggled to stop the run this year so far. And I'm looking at Kenneth Walker thinking that he might go completely ballistic at 1% owned, and I'll be the only one holding the shares.
Well, hold those shares, my friend. And if you cash, you can call it out right here next week on the show. I love that. That is a nice little dart throw. Speaking of a dart throw, Jackson Smith-Njigba is rostered wide receiver. It's not a dart throw. Everybody's got that dart in there.
Remember when everybody said I was crazy saying he was a wide receiver 1?
Yeah. I remember last year when I read about him as a wide receiver 2 theory. I was like, how are you not slam dunking this guy? You know, it makes no sense. So, whatever. But now we've got Jackson Smith-Njigba and Emeka Egbuka, both similarly priced, but not similarly owned. That's interesting. $200 difference. Emeka Egbuka seems to be a value here. Talk. What do you think?
Emeka Egbuka stacked with Baker Mayfield and run back with JSN or Kenneth Walker. I think you got something. This game is going to be over 40. 44 is a nice gift for us. That's like if we're running an over under parlay or we're just throwing 3 or 4 picks together like that, I like the 44.5 to go over in this game. This game's got some great weapons. And yes, Evans and Irving would be nice to have, but there's still a lot here. There's a lot of juice in that squeeze left.
Baker, he brings that big throw element. He can throw downfield, and I don't think Sterling Shepard is some big valve relief or anything, but you have people who can catch the football, keep the chains moving, so those open up opportunities for drives that
Egbuka is going to go ballistic in this game.
Yeah. I like this play.
Just like what Egbuka did last week against mostly Quinyon Mitchell.
Right. Him. What do you think about the Njigba 26%? Are you playing him by himself, or is he just in your stacks?
He's going to be in a stack. That's a premium wide receiver, but it's going to be really hard to make him a standalone pick because I have so many concentrated stacks in this slate with it being only 10 games.
Yeah. No, this is the week to kind of game stack, and hopefully your game goes off. And there's several options to go off. 2 of them coming up next, which I'm excited. We still got like 20 minutes left for the show, and we've got 2. No, we don't have to go an hour. But anything else out of this game? Any other little backdoor plays or value tosses? Or are you looking at AJ Barner? He's been getting touchdowns, but I mean, nobody's rostering any tight ends.
No. This game is it's pretty clear who the winners are going to be, which helps us in a stacking situation. Is we like concentrated target shares. We like our top guy is injured, so we have a very clear number 1B option to plug in, which with Evans is with Egbuka and Godwin, and then with Irving it's Rachaad White. So you have really nice plug and play replacements there that are quality starting level players that we don't really have to. If anything, we're even more excited about those players because we know they're going to get so much extra work.
Yeah. Well, I hope to watch this game and not fall asleep like I did last year. Last week, not last year. Last week. Yeah. Every afternoon, I give a little, Sunday afternoon.
I mean, you are elderly, so it makes sense.
I'm so old. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Jaden Daniels back.
Yes.
And then Justin Herbert, the most rostered
Yes.
quarterback in the history of the Sims at 18% here.
Which is kind of strange, right?
It's interesting. It's interesting. Shout out Davis Maddock from the Swolecast. He said that on Tuesday that Jared Goff would be the most rostered by far, if not number one. Then David Kitchen said he'd be two. He'd be the second rostered. We'll get to Jared Goff. We haven't looked at his number yet, but I can tell you he's not higher rostered than Justin Herbert at all.
Despite having a better matchup than Herbert.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Herbert, week 1, 31 fantasy points, under 20 in the last 3 weeks in a row.
Right, and the Commanders, they've got terrible secondary, but they've got good up front, and the line for the Chargers is a little banged up. They get back to back, but Joe Alt's not there. That's a problem.
Joe Alt's a big problem, and they still don't have Rashawn Slater.
Yeah.
Their two all-world tackles are out.
That's a terrible call, by the way. I go Horton.
Yeah.
Horton's
exciting.
Yeah.
Njoku's losing his job as we speak.
Yeah. Fannon's taking it in front of us in real time. I think it's the price for Herbert and how successful he's been so far. And I think
in one game, and
it's kind of been riding. I think there's other plays I like in this game better. Do you like Ryan Hampton at 23% rostership here?
Nope.
And pretty expensive, 6,500 as well, after a breakout game last week.
He's a great player. So is Justin Herbert, obviously. But I think we're giving too much credence to the Chargers after a loss to the Giants, a very embarrassing loss to the Giants. And not enough credit is being given to your former fan of the Commanders or the Washington franchise. Bill Krosky at 5,100, 1.3%. Yeah, that's green. That's huge exposure. I want to max out that guy as much as possible. Rodriguez and McNichols are terrible football players. I can't stand watching them play it anymore. Bill Krosky. No Terry McLaurin. It kind of opens things up for more Zach Ertz, more. It's like the Commanders' running game has to be good. I think Krosky Merritt is the guy that gets it done the most. But the Chargers' receivers are more interesting than the quarterback that throws to them.
Yeah,
I like QJ. I'm playing QJ again this week. He's funky. The re-arrival of Keenan Allen pretty much split his job in half, and it's hard for McConkey, who's a young player on the rise with tons of talent, to get completely uncled out by the ageless wonder that is Keenan Allen, who still has every bit of the ability to get open, especially in the red zone. Justin Herbert's touchdown throws, you know who he's looking for. He's looking for Keenan Allen.
Yes. Now, I would say this. Listening to Rich Rebarb on his 1 week season show, and they were talking about by all the metrics, he's still running great routes.
Oh, he's
still getting separation.
He's just not getting the same share that he earned last year.
So he could definitely be in for
Quentin Johnston. Quentin Johnston chalk is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It makes me a little queasy.
Well, I mean, I'm going to go, honestly, if you're looking at between Quentin Johnston and Ladd McConkey, I'm going to go Keenan Allen at 11%. He's in the middle there between all
Slayer.
And it just makes more sense to me as the TD.
Yeah.
And
after he scored a touchdown last week, did he do anything else?
No.
Chris Moore, I saw him on one play just completely drop one right in his hands. Jalen.
They don't have anybody to stretch the field. They have nobody like Terry McLaurin. They have nobody who can get behind the defense and make anybody scared. So they can just move up a step. They just don't have to. They can ball hawk more. They can take a chance on a slant route. They can just do more. They don't have to worry.
Deebo Samuel, not a field stretcher, but he might be one you want to bank on if you're doing the stack with Jaden Daniels. What I want to do is put Jaden Daniels opposite with Keenan Allen and maybe Quentin Johnston, but I'm going to be stacking Daniels with Deebo and running it back with 1 or 2 Chargers wide receivers. I want that oblong stack because this game's going to shoot. They're going to get points.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Hopefully he comes prepared.
He'll be fine. He's so good.
No, he's a little nonchalant though sometimes. I think he just, he needs to kind of
He's just
stop
chill.
RG3ing it.
Chill
He's
guy.
young. He's young. He's a chill guy. He's young. So I like that. We've got a little exposure to this game in different formats.
Oh
And
yeah.
we even wanted to throw in a little Zach Ertz.
Oh, did you see the new global stacks option there?
No, what is it? What's the global
Go back
stack?
up and check the box for DST stacks.
Wait.
Our prayers have been answered.
Wait, where is this DST stack? I'm not even see. Oh, wait a second. Do RB with it. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's the stack that you do. Yeah,
That's right. We're not doing that in this game.
No. that would be the Woody mark I would do,
Okay, let's go back and do that.
or J.K. Dobbins Broncos stack. That would be fun for me.
Woody marks. Uh-oh. Hopefully it does the defense, right? 2 defenses. Excellent. Okay. Last game of the slate. We've got the Detroit Lions traveling down south to Cincinnati, a terrible place. I'd never. Cincinnati. I'm kidding. Andrew, don't kill me. That was just for Andrew. I love him. Yeah, we've got a lot of green on this pasture, particularly in the Jahmyr Gibbs section. It looks all green.
I wonder why.
If you do not play Jahmyr Gibbs, you are making a terrible life decision, and we are both playing him. And damn you, because I wanted to play him against you, and you wanted to play him against me. So, 2 great minds.
Oh, and I misspoke. I don't have Garrett Wilson, but I do have Breece Hall against you.
Oh, same team, different shares. Yes, well,
Yeah.
Now we have a division.
But Jahmyr Gibbs. If you're not playing Jahmyr Gibbs against the Bengals, you are a dum-dum.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get Amon-Ra St. Brown in my lineup. Did I get him in my lineup? I believe I did.
Yeah, I think you did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he catches lots of passes.
Because he's going to just zone beat the shit out of the Cincinnati.
The Bengals have nobody to cover anybody ever.
No.
They can't cover Gibbs. They can't cover Montgomery, who's been great for me all year.
Nope. Do you want a Chase comeback, run back? He's only 8%. I mean, in tournaments, that seems good.
After what I've seen, Jake Browning, sorry to say, the best high school quarterback of all time is not very good in the NFL. Shout out NorCal, Folsom High School. Jake Browning set every record for quarterback seasons in the history of high school football in the United States, and he did great at Washington. He has not looked good as the starting quarterback for the Bengals since Joe Burrow hurt himself. The Lions are going to run all over this Bengals team, so I will have Goff, I will have St. Brown and Gibbs. You better get that one you just put 4 on. I want that at 7 or 8. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go 8.
You can't go higher. You can't go high enough on that one.
Yeah.
Jameson, I want a piece of Jameson. I want a piece of Montgomery. Just mix and match this game.
Double, you know what I mean? So,
who do the Bengals even have that we want? We saw what Jake Browning's presence does to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. It's not good. Did you know who number 2 on the list for target share in this NFL season has been?
Is it Amon-Ra?
No, it's Noah Fant.
Ooh. Oh.
Noah Fant is earning Noah Fant 38% target share. That is so disgusting.
Nasty.
Jake Browning cannot throw to the perimeter, obviously.
Now I can throw to Noah Fant, and that's it. So that's just nasty.
It's the grossest thing I ever saw.
Is anybody getting Fant? I just want to see. Hold on. Is anybody fanting it up?
I don't think so.
Oh man, the roster.
There's your run back, 0.5%
Okay,
for the guy getting a 38% target share.
I love it. Let's get the Sims. I like how
Yes.
I like Jake's in almost every one of these. This is good.
I like this one with Daniel Jones at quarterback with Rico, Devon, JSN, Pittman, Wilson, Warren, and Genty.
Oh, this one. Yeah, that one is a slate breaker there.
You know what that one does? It fucks.
It fucks. Yeah, it does.
Ooh, a little Bryce
does.
Young action to Ford McMillan, QJ, and Garrett Wilson. Oh, look at that running backs on that one.
Jonathan Taylor. Oh man. And
So-
Breece Hall and Devon Agent. Wow, they put all the big studs in there. Double stack Garrett Wilson
Yeah,
with Breece Hall. Wow.
I like that Bryce Young one. And then the other one is good with Warren and McBride. Man. Yeah.
This one here, Troy Franklin, Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson, and they've got Quentin Johnson. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
they've
look
got some
really
bangers in here.
Our Sims are looking sexy. This shows me that Bryce Young might be the skeleton key to get all the skill players you want.
Ooh, because they're cheap. Here's a stack with Tet. They got Myers. It looks like the Sims are favoring a Taylor H and Breece Hall little combo, and they put Genty in there too.
Yeah.
I like more of the Gibbs. I want to see more Gibbs in here.
Dowdle and Gibbs.
Yeah, here's one with Gibbs.
With Bill Krosky Merritt. Ooh.
Not terrible. I like got Tyler Warren in there. So, boy, Devo.
Okay. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Troy Franklin.
I like that one too. There's a lot of good ones here.
Mhm.
So do go subscribe to Run the Sims. It is a great product. They give you tons of lineups here. And guess who's using it? Swolecast. They're actually using Run the Sims. It's so great. I love it.
We are too.
I think they're getting paid. We're doing it for free. So.
We're way better looking than the Swolecast. Get out of here.
Yeah, my beard's way better than all their beards and mustaches and what they have going on. I don't know if Pete Devers can actually grow facial hair, but maybe. But you guys can see my beard. I'm
No,
legendary.
Pete has been growing facial hair for 3 years now, and you just can't see it.
Can't see it. Okay, good. I've been buzzing it off every 5 minutes in the bathroom, and this is what I'm at right before show.
So yeah, Pete Overzet doesn't shave. He cuts a little slit in his cheek and then blanches his cheek in water, and the fuzz just peels right off.
It just peels it off. So does Jared Goff. So Pete and Jared Goff have the same baby type skin.
Yeah.
With that being
Jared
said,
Goff is married to a supermodel, so I think
yeah, he
he's
is.
good.
Yeah.
I think Pete is too, honestly.
My wife is a lovely lady as well.
Dang it.
I'm not.
How is it the bearded guys?
I know.
Our wives are stunning as well. So
We've got some beautiful ladies as well.
maybe it's not about the facial hair. Maybe it's about our character.
Maybe we're good people. And Jared Goff in this matchup, I think it's going to be good people. And
Oh, he's gonna be really good.
it's a little expensive.
I'm actually upset that you somehow got that stack in there with your run backs. It's pretty nasty because the Lions are going to be great, and then you got Waddle, who else is going to catch passes in Miami? Darren Waller, that's somebody we didn't talk about. 2 touchdowns last week. Garrett Wilson, Ferg, Nasty, and Gibbs. Oh, that double stack, Lions and the tight end one.
This is going to be a very close matchup because
we have 4 matches. We have 4 matches, so we both like each other's teams.
I love Justin Fields. I think he's one of the plays of the week. And you talked about Cam Scatterbo. He's going to be getting PPR upside in this matchup as well.
Goal line carries, lots of opportunities. Josh Downs,
rushing touchdowns.
Underpriced Josh Downs.
Well, A.D. Mitchell, they asked Coach if he was going to start, and he went,
"We'll see.
We're not talking." So I like that sign for you for Josh Downs. I don't like it actually. Quentin Johnson, I mean, he could get 100 yards plus touchdown in the matchup against the Commanders. Lattimore is toast, and then you stole Amon-Ra and Ferguson from me, which is just terrible. Those are crudgles I was going to lean on.
It's going to come down to who scores more between Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson.
For real. And yeah. So I'm going to give myself a 4-point favorable matchup here, but it's close. It's very close. I wish you all the best in these wars and these fights to come. Please go follow us on Twitter, ChalkBlocked. There we are. We're in the same place as we are right now. There's my house. There's your house. And this is where we are. So And you can follow Bo. He's Bo _ Big Time, and he's on Blue Sky. Bo McBrayer, or Bo Big Time on Blue Sky.
I think it's the same thing as Twitter.
Yeah, bigtimeflavor.co. Go get your yummy sauces. I'm out of hot box for the first time ever in my life. I just finished off my last bottle. I need to order some more. So I'll be
when you do, I'll have to make a whole fresh batch for you because I only have 4 bottles left.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do
So
it.
yeah, when's your boy fighting again? Because he's like
He was supposed to fight next weekend, but he injured. He tore a rib muscle in sparring, kind of a freak accident type thing. So they put yeah. So on October 9th, it will be his original opponent, Rainier DeRitter, getting a title shot if he beats Brendan Allen, who Anthony's beaten twice. So they put, based on timing of fights and how everybody else's schedule kind of opened up, the only one that could take the fight for against RDR was Brendan Allen. And so Fluffy, get well, get your rib muscles under control, and one more win, and he might be fighting
title contender.
Might be fighting Khamzat Chimaev for the middleweight championship of the world.
Let's go, bro.
He's on an 8-fight winning streak, and nobody's ever in middleweight won 8 fights without getting a title shot.
He needs to, after the win, needs to take out some hot box and just start drinking it. You know,
he does. Yeah, that's how he's going to come back from his rib injury faster.
I mean, dude, it is life-giving. So go buy some.
He hasn't lost. He hasn't lost since we've been friends. So
good luck, Charm. And thank you for everybody for watching. We'll be back next week, hopefully, and for many weeks to come. We'll see you guys next time. Go block that chalk.